All right, y'all, Philly D back. We got the G35, man. So before I get too far, because I done already started working on this John, I want to show y'all a couple things before I move any further. But I'm doing the water pump. So to do the water pump on these, you do have to take the timing chain off. You don't have to take the whole timing cover off, because they do have these SS ports for you to use. As y'all can see, that's the water pump down here. Oh man, there you go, right down there. That's the water pump. And then on this side, you got the SS cover of where the timing chain tensioner would be. But I already got that guy out. He's right here. So that's one of the things I wanted to show y'all. One of the tips y'all can do to get that timing tensioner out without causing any more issues, like dropping it down into the engine, or dropping one of these bolts down into the engine. So what I did was I used this timing, this bungee cord, and damn it, I don't have a fucking light. Here you go. So as you can see, I got the bungee cord wrapped around the timing guide right there to hold the timing guide back and the timing chain back. So when you take the tensioner off, which is this, it won't just go popping out and dropping or whatever like that, because then that will cause more issues, and then you will have to take the entire timing cover off in order for you to retrieve the parts that fell down in there. And then I got this bungee cord running all the way up, all the way back here to your booster, your vacuum line here, all right, to hold that in place. So far, that's all I did. That's all I did so far. So now, after that, if you're going to use this bungee cord trick, you want to loosen it up here, take it off. Then your timing chain is going to flop down a little bit, and then you're going to take your pry bar and go clockwise to get some slack on this side, so you can get that water pump out. All right, so let me do that, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So once you take your bungee cord from around that timing guide, your timing guide and timing chain is going to drop some. All right, so then you'll be able to take your ratchet and turn. You want to go counterclockwise to give you a little bit of slack over here. Let me see. Get y'all some light down there, so y'all can see the water pump down there, and you see where the timing chain is at. So you want a little bit of slack on that timing chain, so you'll be able to get those 3 bolts off from the water pump, so you can slide it out. All right, so as you sliding it out, you just use like a screwdriver or something to keep the timing chain lifted up while you slide the water pump out. So you could probably use like a pry bar to pry that water pump out, because it's probably going to be stuck in there, or you could use some longer bolts to go through the hole to press it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that out real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, here's another quick tip. Now, when you go to take the water pump bolts out and get the bolts that you need to press the water pump out, you want to take that same bungee cord that we used to hold the tensioner back. Use that same bungee cord to hold your belt up, and that'll give you room to come in here like this with your socket, and you can get to the bolts easier on a water pump. So again, that's for the lazy people that that don't want to take these belts off like me, save you some time, all you do is use this bungee cord, lift the belt up just a little bit, and you know, you can take it up here, hook it up to your hood, and that'll give you space to get in there. All right, so let's pull this pump out real quick. All right, y'all, so once y'all ready to press out your water pump with your 2 bolts, this one and that one that you're going to use, you're going to get on your bolts and you want to press them out, screw them in evenly. All right, so you want to just take your time. It's going to feel tight, but just screw a little bit and go up to your top bolt here. It's 3 holes, but you only need 2 bolts. Use 2 holes. A little bit up top. All right, and just keep doing that until you press the water pump out, until you pull it out, and then you know, you can hold your timing chain up a little bit with a pick or something, and get it out of there. All right, y'all. So I wanted to show y'all real quick as y'all pressing out the. Let me get in here real quick. As you're pressing out the water pump, it's going to feel tight, but you're going to know it's coming out because, as you can see, this water pump gear, it's sticking out pretty far. Like, you can tell it's being pressed out. So that's how you'll know that your water pump is coming out and you're not doing any damage to nothing else. So I just wanted to show y'all that so y'all feel comfortable while y'all, you know, turning those bolts, pressing it out. Y'all don't think y'all, you know, messing something up. So another thing though, like, you know, obviously if you get to this point to where your pump is out that far, then obviously your chain is loose enough for you to do that. So just make sure though, when you first start off, that your chain isn't, you know, too tight, because you don't want to pull on your timing chain while you're pressing out that water pump. You want to make sure that water pump is coming out smooth and it's not, you know, getting snagged onto your timing chain. So just use your breaker bar, whatever you're using to turn your crank pulley, to play with the adjustment of the timing chain so you could get it out nice and smooth. All right, so I got a little bit more to go and that pump will be coming out, so I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we got the pump out. As you can see, this is the old pump right here. Got the old pump. Get y'all a look in the inside real quick. That's the inside. As y'all can see, I got the timing chain held up with a little bungee cord. A little small bungee cord running up here holding it in. So that was able to help me get it out. And then I could slide it right back in there with the new one, which is right here. I'll show y'all that real quick. As you can see, it's the same thing as the old one. So, same exact design. Only issue I had was the bolts that I needed to press this pump out, because the videos that I was watching was giving us the wrong bolt size. So I had to go get the right bolts, but in the meantime I had written down some stuff to let you guys know that I didn't want to forget. So I actually wrote it down for you real quick. So first off, yeah, I didn't move anything to take this water pump out. Most of the videos that I watched was only like maybe 5 videos on YouTube about doing this job, and almost every video they took off either the radiator, the fucking fans, the belts, all that shit. I didn't take anything out. I'm not saying that you don't have to. You do whatever is comfortable for you, but I didn't remove nothing to get this water pump out. All I took off was these covers for the tensioner cover and the water pump cover, which is here and right there. All right, That's the only thing I took off to get the water pump out. Let me see what else. Yeah, this has its own water pump drain too, y'all. So I don't know if I knew this, but where the hell is the bolt at? Here's the bolt right here. It's a little 12mm bolt right here, okay? And that bolt goes right, let me see if I can point at it for y'all. Right down here, right down there in that corner. Right down there, you'll see it. So it's the only 12mm bolt down in there. You take that bolt off and you can literally drain any water from your water pump area right out of that drain bolt right there. So you don't have to really let your drain the radiator out or none of that shit. And you also won't get no coolant into your oil pan because you're going to drain it from there. So it's like a drain slash vent. So you want to do that. Yeah, again, I know I told you guys about the bungee cords I used. As y'all can see, I got this one bungee cord here that's holding up this belt a little bit, so when you go in there to press your pump out, it won't get in your way. So, and also I had the bungee cord over here earlier to hold up this timing chain here when I was taking out the tensioner. Okay, that's the bungee cords, and I got a little small one here, again like I mentioned earlier, holding up the timing chain here. So I just wanted to recap on that. Also, I know I didn't mention why I was changing the water pump in this car. I stopped getting heat. This car was getting heat. It was getting good heat. Then out of nowhere it just stopped. So I'm like, you know, and then I was pressing the gas, just to, you know, press the gas, and then I was getting heat. So I'm like, okay, that's a sign that the water pump is not getting the coolant to flow properly. Because when you press the gas, you raise the RPM, I started getting heat. I let it go, the heat went away. So I'm like, okay, that's a good indication that's the water pump. So I'm not telling you guys that if you ain't getting no heat, that's your water pump. You gotta, you know, do your own diagnostics. But in my case, it's definitely the water pump. So that's the reason why I'm changing this water pump. All right, pressing gas, the pump was done. All right, so also don't do this job if you're not comfortable with doing this job. If you're not comfortable with messing with the timing chain or any of the components that you got to mess with to do this job, don't do it, because you're gonna get stuck. Your car ain't gonna start, and it gonna run right, or if it do start, it's gonna mess up. It could be catastrophic. Just get somebody to do it for you if you don't feel comfortable. And again, once everything is done, okay, you gotta bleed your system. Let me show y'all real quick where the bleeder is at on this drum. You come back here, and you got your bleeder right back here. You see it? You use a screwdriver right there where the light is at. That's your bleeder screw right there. All right, and obviously you got your radiator cap right here. I'll probably use the bleeder along with my little this spill-free funnel kit that I got. Oh yeah, I bring him out when I need to. All right, it's the OEM tools. Show y'all real quick what I look like. Just look like this. It's a funnel, spill free funnel. So I'll probably use that along with the bleeder back there, and we're gonna get this thing bled right. And also back to the bolts that you're gonna need to press this water pump out, because it's gonna be in there real tight. Every video that I looked at, they said that you needed M8 bolts. Okay, you do not need M8 bolts. You need M6 bolts. All right, so hold on. These are the bolts that came out of the water pump, but they're not long enough to press the water pump out. But everybody was saying that you need M8 bolts, but you need M6 bolts. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all real quick. If y'all don't know how to measure a bolt, I'm gonna show y'all how to measure a bolt real quick. If y'all got something like this, all right, it'll tell you your measurements, you know, M6, right? And then it'll tell you your length, and it also will tell you the pitch of the bolt. All right, because it has to be the same exact thread pitch in order for it to go into these holes. All right, I give y'all a little further in depth of how to measure a bolt in a different video, but just know that it's an M6 by 1.0 size. All right, now the length you need is going to be probably at least 4 inches, you know, 4 or 5, 6 inches, but you want it to be at least 4 inches. My length was like 2.5 inches. That's all they had, but it worked. All right, but just remember, it's an M6 by 1.0 by 4 inches or longer. All right, that's what y'all gonna need. But yeah, that's it, man. You put it back the same way you got it out. All right. I'm not going to show you how to get it out. I mean, to put it back in, but like I said, use my little tip here. Hold your timing chains up with your bungee cords, and you could just slide your water pump right back in there with no problem, with the chain out your way. You know, you don't need nobody to hold it up for you. Same thing with your tension over here when you go to put that in. All right. So again, once you put your water pump back in there, you slide it back in, you're gonna have to take your breaker bar, you know, to turn your crank pulley to put tension back onto your water pump. You're gonna turn to your right, counter clockwise, to put tension back on your water pump, and then leave this side loose so you can slide this tensioner back in there. You'll be all set. So yeah, y'all, that's exactly how you do it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all know I had to give y'all some bonus footage, all right? So, first off, I'm gonna give y'all the cold start in a second. But I had a few more tips for y'all, so I just wanted to show y'all real quick to add on to them other tips. Now, alongside with the using a bungee cord, all right, you want to make sure when you well, what I did was, before I took the timing chain off, I made marks, you know, on my tensioner side and my water pump side. I made marks in relation to the timing chain. So like, I don't know if y'all can really see that mark, but I made random marks on the case along side marks on the chain, just to further help me just line it back up the way it came off. Yeah, so also what I did was, when I was taking out this water pump down there, what I did was I took some PB Blaster and I sprayed PB Blaster all in there to get along the you know, the side of this water pump, because it was all seized up in here. You know what I mean? So if you spray some PB Blaster in there, it'll penetrate up in here and further help you yank this water pump out. We already got to press it out with the bolts, but you know, that PB Blaster will penetrate in there, and it'll help get that out much easier. All right, so yeah, make sure, I mentioned already using this rag. You want to make sure you keep that rag down in there. So I can't stress this rag anymore, man, or something, because if you drop these bolts in here while taking this tensioner out, or anything down in there, you got to take this whole timing cover off, and it's a whole lot more work. Trust me, you don't want to do. What else? So yeah, also I recommend, if you want to take this tensioner out, you might as well just put a new one in there. So here's my old one right here. Now this is if this wasn't changed before, it would be a Nissan OEM factory, but I don't see no casting numbers on it. I would imagine it would say like Nissan on it somewhere, but I went with a I went with a Clotes. The Clotes brand. What is it? Cloyes. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, that's who we went with. So we're gonna use them, and hopefully these guys work. I've used them before on other engine parts, but not any timing sensors. So yeah, y'all. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna put these covers back on. These two covers, you got one for each side, and I'm gonna, put some RTV on these covers, clean them up a little better, make sure everything's straight, and we're gonna get this thing started. Just again, y'all, just make sure everything is lined up right, man. Because if your timing chain jumped the tooth, meaning it's not on the tooth it was on when it came off, that's gonna cause some issues. All right. That thing is probably not going to start, it could be catastrophic. So y'all want to make sure that chain is on the right way before you go to start the car. All right. So that's what I'm about to do right now. I'm going to put these covers on real quick, and we're going to start this bad boy up. Let's go. All right, y'all. So as y'all can see, I got her running. She sounds good. Yeah, I got a bad battery, I think, so I'm gonna have to probably change the battery. But I wanted to show y'all, remember that little plug that I took out for the water pump? Well, all of this coolant right here drained out from that little plug. So I didn't have to drain the radiator, I didn't have to drain nothing else. All I had to do was take out that one little plug for the water pump, and all this drained out. So yeah, just fill it back up. Make sure you bleed it right. The bleeder valve is back here where my screwdriver is at, right there. And yeah, y'all be good to go. So yeah, keep in mind the tips that I showed you guys, and pay attention to where your timing chain is at, and you'll be good to go. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Infinity getting heat now, so I'm gonna pull out the infrared gun real quick. Show y'all that the Infinity is ready to go. Hold up. As y'all can see, it's 38 degrees out there right now. 38 degrees. So we're gonna see what type of heat we're getting out the vents with the infrared gun. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right, so let's just see how hot. Right now it's 101. Let's see. She warming up. But yeah, y'all, she warming up. So I'm gonna close this one out. She getting heat. So we're gonna enjoy this baby and keep it pushing, y'all. So like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll check y'all on the next one.